All right, guys, I'm back down here in southeast Oklahoma again, and I got my powerhouse caulking out yesterday. I got all four corners put on my shop, and then about 10 o'clock yesterday morning, I started caulking nail holes. This thing had lead-headed nails, and from 10 till around 4 something yesterday afternoon, all I did was fix nail holes. I did them all from the inside, then I come outside because the 2x4 in some places you couldn't see the nail holes because of the 2x4 on the inside. See, I even still missed some. I'm gonna go back over it again. I was just getting tired. So anyways, I got that done, or almost done. And like I said, I got all of my corners from top to bottom done all the way around. And then I went today is opening day of black powder season in Oklahoma. Went hunting this morning, and I'm not through here yet. I'm still working on this. I dug me a hole. That's 2 55-gallon drums. I cut the centers out of them, put all my hardware inside, and then screwed them. The top of those 55-gallon drums is kind of shaped like a V, and I cut part of the V off so it'd be would set flat. And then I set them flat, and I took some real long stainless steel screws and screwed them together on one side, and then turned them over and screwed them together from the other side so it's pulling from both directions. And then I went around it with this pure silicone. I believe it's, let me find the name of it here. With this silicone right here, it's supposed to be a really, really good product. Got it at Sherwin-Williams, and it's clear silicone. And on the inside, I got a piece of pipe going from here. I'll have a turn up here for my travel trailer. Then it'll go down. It goes inside of there to a sanitary tee, and then it goes to the other end. And then I've got a 90 on that end, and then I come through it at an angle, and it runs down here. I had some sacks left over from whenever I poured my concrete, and I threw them down there in that hole and burned them. But this goes to right about here, that pipe does, and then I'm going to fill this the rest of the way up with gravel, and then I will just put a thin layer of dirt over the top of it. And I'm thinking about, I got some right over there underneath that building, I've got some old sheet iron. It's really thin, cheap stuff, and I'm thinking about putting a couple pieces of those down and then putting dirt on top of that to keep the dirt from leaching down in there, because it's just a travel trailer. I might come up here and spend a week, 10 days, and I might use 50, maybe 75 gallons of water. That's 110 in that tank, and then if the water fills it up, it's going to run into this. So I don't need a ton. You know, like I said, it's just a travel trailer is all it's ever going to be on it. And it's an ultralight, so it only has, like, with the hot water tank, I think it holds about 30 gallons of water between the hot water tank and the storage water. It's made to be pulled behind smaller vehicles. But that dirt, my God, that stuff is hard as a rock. It's clay, and it hadn't rained here in a few, I guess 6 weeks or so. I mean, it rained a little bit, but not enough to get down on the ground. And that hole is, or I dug it, it was right at 4 foot deep. And then I put those barrels in there, and then I took a bunch of this stuff right here. It's real fine. I took this and raked some of it off in there. Then I took a water hose and wetted it and made that real fine stuff kind of flow in up underneath it. And then I put some more in there, and I kept on doing that until it got silted in all the way around it and underneath it really good. And then I put a big old pile of dirt right there in the middle, and then I put a big pile of dirt down there at the end so it can't move. And then I put this pipe in and put that gravel on that end so it can't move. So everything is kind of set. I'm going to let the where that goes in and where that goes in, that's siliconed. So let that dry tonight, and then tomorrow after I'm just going to hunt till about 10 or so, or unless I get a big one, and then I'll come in. But I'll come in tomorrow and fill this hole in. And then after I get that all filled in, that buddy of mine, if you've watched any of my other videos, you probably heard me say something about I'm getting a couple of dump truck loads of dirt. They're not really big, huge loads, but it's enough, I think, to do what I need to do. I traded all that firewood. I think that's real close to 30 foot long, and there's 2 stacks there. for these 2 loads of dirt. And right here is where I'm going to build my cabin. I've got a stump here, and it's going to stay there. But you can see around this stump over here how I got these holes and stuff. So I'm going to bring my backhoe over here and just kind of spread it, and then I'll get in here and either rake it. If I can get my little tractor over there running, I've got a box blade and I can pull it around if I can get it running, and I'm going to try tomorrow. Then I'm going to try to get this moved around so if it rains, it can start settling in and packing, so next spring I can start building on it. I don't know where he got this from. This has got a lot of roots and stuff in it, but that's okay. I've got a place right over there where I'm going to be burning a bunch of stuff. But anyways, I got dirt. I guess that's about it. I've got all my breaker box, breakers, all my stuff for that. I'm going to dig me a ditch from right here over to that corner of the shop and put my lines in the ground and run my wire into here. And I'm not an electrician, don't even pretend. Not even gonna try. But my brother's coming back here from California here in a little while, and while he's down here, he's gonna come down here and help me do my electrical. I'm gonna go ahead and get all the boxes set, and I can put in plug-ins and light switches and stuff like that. I just don't like messing with breaker boxes because I don't know that much about them. So when he gets back here, he'll do that breaker box and this breaker box, and I'll have all the wires ready for him. Hopefully. But yeah, like I said, today's first day of black powder season. I didn't see a deer, I didn't see a track, I didn't see a rub, I didn't see a scrape, I didn't see nothing. I only heard 6 shots between daylight and 10 o'clock. I said, forget this, they're not moving. It's full moon. It was so bright this morning, you didn't even need a flashlight to walk. It was so bright. So, don't know what's going on. I guess they're just eating all night and then laying down and not moving because it's so hot. You know, they've got their winter coats on now. Well, guys, thank you so much for checking in with me. And you have a good day now. Thanks. Bye-bye.